There's this whole other version of the internet that search engines just can't find. It's a place built from the ground up for total anonymity. So today, we're going to take a guided tour of that hidden world, the dark web. We're going to go way beyond the scary headlines to really get what it is, how it actually works, and what it's truly used for. I mean, think about it. The internet you use every single day, for social media, news, shopping, that's all just scratching the surface. So what's really going on underneath all that? There's this huge hidden part of the digital world that's intentionally kept out of sight. All right, so here's our roadmap for this trip. First, we'll define what this hidden layer even is. Then, we'll unpack the tech that makes all that anonymity possible. After that, we'll get into the wild contrasts of how it's used, cover a crucial survival guide, and finally, look at how anyone even finds their way around in there. Let's get started. Okay, so first things first, the web we all know and use, the one you're on right now, it's really just the tip of the iceberg. Seriously, most of the internet is actually hidden from plain view. So what exactly is the dark web? Well, to put it simply, it's a part of the internet that is intentionally hidden. You can't just accidentally stumble upon it with Google or Bing. The whole point is that it's designed to be undiscoverable, and you need special tools just to open the door. And this really breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you have the surface web. That's everything Google can see, easy to get to. But on the other side, you have the dark web. It's a whole network of sites that aren't indexed, and they use these really unique addresses, famously ending in .onion. That little word tells you it's a hidden service you can only get to with that special software. Right, so that's the big question, isn't it? How does it all stay so hidden and anonymous? Let's pull back the curtain a little and look at the actual tech that makes it all work. Well, the key to the whole thing is a piece of software called Tor. And Tor is short for the Onion Router. Now, that's not just a weird name. It's actually the perfect description of how this thing provides anonymity. And the onion part makes perfect sense when you see how it works. Imagine your internet request gets wrapped up in multiple layers of encryption, just like an onion. Then it's bounced through this network of random computers all over the world run by volunteers. Each computer or node peels back just one single layer of that encryption to see where to send it next. So by the time your request gets to where it's going, it's virtually impossible to trace it back to you. So what you have is this incredibly powerful tool for anonymity. And like any tool, it can be used for very, very different things. This creates a world of really stark contrasts. So on the one hand, the dark web can actually be a sanctuary. For a journalist in a country that has no free press, or for an activist trying to organize against an oppressive regime, this anonymity is literally a lifeline. It's a way they can communicate and share information without being afraid of being watched or just completely silenced. But, and this is the big but, that exact same anonymity is what makes it a hotbed for criminals. The dark web is infamous for its marketplaces selling everything you can imagine, from illegal drugs to stolen data and hacking for hire services. So yeah, the privacy it offers is a real double-edged sword. Which, of course, brings us to something super important, the need for extreme caution. I mean, with all these dangers floating around, what does it actually take to stay safe if you're navigating the space? There's a quote from the community around Tor that it says it all. You have to go in with a mindset of absolute zero trust. Assume every single link you see is designed to trick you or harm you in some way. And believe me, the threats are absolutely real. We're talking about malware hidden in files that look totally innocent, marketplaces that are just built to scam you, and really sophisticated phishing sites that look exactly like the real thing, all designed to steal your info. And beyond all the tech risks, there are legal ones. Just accessing certain kinds of content can get you into very serious trouble. So protecting yourself isn't just one thing. It's about layers of security. It starts with using the Tor browser, obviously, but experts also recommend adding a good VPN, a virtual private network on top of that for another layer. It is absolutely critical that you never ever use your real information. Disabling scripts in your browser settings is another key step to block attacks. And for the paranoid or the ultra secure, you can even use a special operating system like Tails that's designed to leave no trace. All right, on to our final section. We've already said you can't just Google stuff on the dark web, which leads to a pretty obvious question, right? How in the world do you find anything? And that really is the fundamental challenge of getting around down there. It's not like you can just type what you're looking for in a search bar. The whole system is designed to be disconnected and really hard to discover. Well, the answer is something called directories. You can think of them like the yellow pages for the dark web. They're basically websites, sometimes even on the regular internet, that collect and organize all those .onion links to try and help people find their way. But here's the catch. These directories are, well, they're far from perfect. Sure, they give you a place to start, but they are full of problems. A lot of the links are dead or outdated. Some listings are just paid ads in disguise, and a huge number of them are just traps, phishing sites, or scams. At the end of the day, no directory can ever guarantee that a link is safe. And this, right here, this is the heart of it. This is the central conflict of the dark web. On one side, you have the promise, this incredible tool for privacy, for anonymity, for freedom in a world that's watching us more and more. But on the other side, you have the peril, a lawless, dangerous place where criminals and scammers thrive. So that leaves us with one last big question to think about. In our world of constant surveillance, is the promise of real, true digital privacy actually worth navigating all the dangers that come with it? The dark web is both a tool for freedom and a playground for crime. There's no simple answer, but understanding that duality is really the first step. Thanks for digging into this with me.